Hey everybody, this is Izzy again. This is the second part of the Herc tutorial. This is Herc script 2. So as you remember in the first tutorial, we went through setting up IK restraints, and we went through setting up some parameters. And we can rotate our legs here. We can see that they're like in a sequence. I went ahead and fixed that foot too. That foot was kind of stupid. So, I'm hit Control Z to put it back where it's supposed to be. But when we first started out, we resized this Herc to fit the same size as an APOC, as you'll remember. But what we need to do now is we need to make it stand in basically the same way that the APOC stands. Okay, so as you see over here in the left viewport, you'll have you'll see your legs with these two squares. What you need to do is work on getting your feet in these two squares. You need to be pretty accurate about it. It's not that big of a deal really, but you need to try to get your Herc as closely into those squares as possible. I'm pretty sure that the front leg here and the perspective view goes forward. Okay, so this one's going to go forward, and this one right here in the back, it's going to go back. If you have trouble, you can come up here and select your legs or whatever. I mean, this is the first leg. So I'll select this leg over here next. Or I'll turn it a little bit where I can see what's going on. I think it'd be easier. Just gonna turn it a little bit and see what's happening. I know it looks stupid, but you'll understand in a second. So this leg's gonna go back, pretty sure, like that, okay? I don't like the color of that. That sucks. But it'll work for right now. I mean, it'll work for this video. So here we got our Herc looking like it's doing jumping jacks. Dumb stuff here. So we're going to just go ahead and bring this leg down. And I can already tell you that it ain't going to fit in that square like that, is it? No, sir. So we're going to have to go up here and grab this leg again and just rotate it up or something. Try to get it. Just get it in there. There we go. There we go. We're getting there on the front leg. Move it forward a little bit. Long enough where I can maybe bring this over here, bring it down some. Maybe just bring it down a little bit. Now that one's about centered. I'm good on that one. Like I said, this isn't that hard. This one's a little whacked out because I can't see the frickin' foot because the stupid thing is I've done this a couple times too, so a couple 100,000 maybe. So the foot's the same color as the frickin' everything else, so I can't see the foot. Okay, so that's about center. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's about center. So what you want to do now is you want to go over here and go back to your bunch of TV tabs looking thing, hierarchy tab over here, and you want to go to IK. Right down here you'll see something that says bind to follow object. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to grab your foot right here, and you want to click on bind, and you want to just drag with your left mouse button over to that dummy controller that's hanging out around there. There it is, and you'll see now that that's bound to the dummy left. Same thing over here. There's your dummy right. You want to click your foot though, and you want to bind's already selected, and just drag your left mouse button until you find your dummy right. There it is, bound to dummy right. Okay, that's pretty much it. I know you might be thinking, oh well, but if you got your IK controller set up and you've got everything, your rotational pivot set right, everything else is child's play. One thing we need to worry about here is, you see where this says 0 to 30 on the slide bar? We got a lot more frames to look at than that. So you need to go over here. There's a key over here beside an animate button, and then there's a square with a circle, time configuration. Click that, and it says animation start frame 0, length 30. Just drop 500 in there, because it don't matter. There's like 400 freaking frames in the Herc. And then go up here to where it says IK at the top, and go up here and click on where it says start and end. Just put the end at 500 because we want to be able to see everything. So go ahead and what we need to do now is go ahead and select your two dummy controllers. You can do that by selecting everything here at the bottom. It don't make a difference. I just drag or you can go up here and use your tool up here to select them, but I just usually drag my mouse, make a square, and grab the legs and everything. It doesn't matter. And then what you need to do is go up here and you see these check boxes. Just check them. It don't make no difference. Check them all. And hit Apply IK. Apply IK, okay? There you go. That'll make your Herc walk. So you can look at your Herc and see how it does. So now you got your Herc walking. We got one foot that's completely screwed and the other one that's good. As you can tell, if you look in this viewport right here at the left, you can tell that one foot actually works good, pivots good, goes back, everything's good with it, runs good, everything's good. So this one foot's screwed up, and the reason they usually screw up is because they get something called gimbal lock, is what I call it. So you can just grab your foot right here, the one that's screwed up, and go back here and check your rotational joints. So one thing we might not have done is gave it enough room to be able to move. So this foot looks like it's pretty good. Nope, we didn't, because I didn't give it enough. Remember I told you how this supposed side's negative and this side's positive, right? Well, we didn't give it enough room to work on the positive. So I fixed my foot there. Now it's up to 74. So I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to select everything and I'm going to hit Apply OK again. And that should have fixed that stupid foot. And the foot's still ganked up. Also, too, I see that something's happened here with the joint. I don't know. So the foot's still ganked up a little bit. That foot is anyway. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to take a look at this foot just a second. I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it at the starting position where it is, and I'm going to delete. I'm going to make this 0, and I'm going to make this 0. What that does is that resets it back to 0, and then we're going to pull down on this like we did earlier, and we're going to set it up to where seems okay. So that seems okay. So go up here and check the link controllers real quick. They're all good. Everything's good there. Locks are all good. It's good set on rotate. So we should be good to go with that foot. It looks to me like the foot is not sitting right with the calf. Maybe there's something wrong there. I don't know. I had some trouble with it before and I had to fix it. I had to copy this other foot and put it on that foot. So we'll just go ahead and select everything, try the IKs again, see what happens. Foot's still a little weird. That ain't no problem. Anyway, I'm not going to go in details right now and spend an hour trying to fix this stupid foot. One thing you can do is bring the foot up to about right here, about where it's supposed to land through the time slider. Click on the animate button, grab the foot, rotate it to where it's supposed to be. Not both of them, just one. Just click off those. Grab that foot, and you can rotate it to where it's supposed to be. Make it flat. I'm just going to do both of them. What it'll do is it'll tell the game that on that key, this is the way the foot's supposed to be. Turn the animate off, and as you can see, now the foot's going to land flat. See? So you just kind of fix the problem easily. You fix the problem yourself, and you can do that key by key if you want to, but you're not supposed to. So if you have a foot that's ganked up like that, you've probably screwed something up. Looks to me like the joint on this one's screwed up somewhere. Might have been screwed up before I started. I don't know, but last time I had to copy this foot and put it over there. But for video purposes, we're not going to fix it right now because the Herc's moving pretty good. As you can see, it's going through all the motions. It's going to go. There's your fall. There's your fall. There's your shutdown. There's your left, and there's your right. And that's where the feet need to be swiveled left and right a little bit. Okay. So the next thing you want to do after you get this done, if you're at this point with the animation, you need to go ahead and run Herc script 2, okay? So when you run Herc script 2, it's going to finish everything up. So you just want to go open script, scroll down here, find Herc script 2. You want to run it. You go to File and Evaluate, and that's going to run Herc script 2, okay? Herc script 2 is going to do your hierarchy, and it's going to do everything for you there. So as you can see here, Everything's been done as far as the hierarchy, even all of your undercoding, like for your controllers and all your collision and all that. All your sequences have been done. Everything's been done. You need to go to File and Export. And then you need to drop this down to where it says Vicon Combining DTS Exporter and type in KN underscore APOC KN underscore capital APOC dot DTS, or just KN underscore APOC capital A, and you want to save that. And you can save that into your 3D Max, or I'm sorry, Starsiege main folder. Save that in Starsiege main folder, and when you go in the game and you select the APOC, you're going to see your Herc. Now, one thing about your vehicle is it must either use a Starsiege bitmap or you need to make it into a Starsiege bitmap. So if you have, for example, this skin on this Herc is not from Starsiege. So I would have to convert it over to a Phoenix bitmap, and then I would take that and put that in the main folder with this, and then it would show up in the game. As a matter of fact, I've already had this in the game and it looks fantastic. So that's about it. That's about it. I'm trying to think of anything that I might have missed. One thing that I did miss, and I'll tell you, is I missed the camera. Okay, so you can do the camera in a couple different ways. You can merge a camera from an APOC or from something like that, or you can put in your own camera, and I'll probably just put in my own right now. I'll probably put in I think I'll do a free camera. Let's just do a target camera. It's probably, we'll do a free camera. So I'm going to do a free camera, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to put a camera down. As you can see, I got a camera in there, okay? So I'm going to center that camera to the cockpit. So I click on the Align button, then I go over to this list, and I'm going to find my cockpit, wherever that's at. Cockpit's right there under that. I'm going to pick it, X, Y, Z, and my camera was supposed to be centered to the cockpit. It obviously didn't. So what you can do is go up here like to this top viewport and right click on it and go to your views, and you can view through camera 1. So that's what camera 1's seeing right now, right there. So that's not good. So we want camera 1 to be center of the cockpit. So we're going to have to freaking rotate it first of all, because it is like looking off somewhere in La La Land or something. So we're going to rotate it around, and I'm using my left viewport over here. Actually, I'm watching the left viewport because I can tell when it's perfectly. You can tell when it's in the right direction, because you can tell by these little square right here. If it looks like that, it's off, but you can tell. See right there, it's perfect. So I'm going to move this over now on a y-axis until I hit my cockpit, I guess. I was supposed to went into the center of it. But I'm going to bring it over, and I can see up here in my front viewport that it's in the center of the cockpit now, okay? Almost there. Zoom in there. So we're almost to the center of the cockpit. Alright, we're about center of the cockpit. So I'm going to move it back a little bit, because up here in the camera, see, this is the camera viewport. We're not seeing anything. So I'm going to have to move this back some, see what's happening here. So let's move it back. Now we're back here behind the Herc, third person. So there's our cockpit. That's not a bad view. Really isn't a bad view. So that's where our camera's going to be. And we can adjust the camera by just moving it around. We want it to go back further. If we want it to come back, I just move something that one's supposed to. And then all you got to do is once you get your camera set, go to File, go to Export. Export it the same way as I told you before. And put it in a game. Make sure your bitmap for your Herc is Phoenix format, which is what Starsiege uses. You can use a tool called Pika New. Pika New is a fairly easy tool. I'll give you a rundown of it real quick. I'm going to show you my desktop. Pika New goes into Pika New. It's a program that I worked on. I didn't create the program, but I made it very easy to use. So you go to and you go to Pika New. Let me find this bad boy, Pika New, okay? And then what you want to do is you just want to dump whatever file you want to convert. You want to put it in this main Pika New directory right here, and then click this Easy Pika New, okay? See that? Click it. I wrote this program with Dark Basic about 15 years ago. And here's your options. You can do an FX, which is like smoke, lightning, or some different things. You can make beams. You can do a default object, which is like a building. You can do gradients. You can do HUDs. That's for the HUD. Well, if you're going to make weapons later, we'll have to do that. You can do shell chat, whatever. So you just pick the one you want. Even special object, I'm not even sure what that is. So you just pick the one you want. I'm going to do a default object. You push 6 and you hit enter, and it'll pop up here. After that, it'll say press any key to continue. Hit your space bar, and it'll say your converted pictures are in C-Cola Picanu 8-bit. Hit escape, and that's where your stuff will be then. It'll be in the 8-bit folder, and there it'll be right there, new tank. There's your new stuff. So I don't need those in there. I'll just delete them. But that's where your new pictures will be. So, like if you wanted to make a laser beam or something, you would use the beam or the beam old, whichever one best suits you. And that's about it. That's about it for the second part of this Herc tutorial. And I hope it helped you. And I will post the scripts in the comment section. All you got to do is copy the scripts and go to the hammer tab. Go to Max Script and add them. Click New Script. Add your scripts here, paste them there, and then save them as Herc Script 1, Herc Script 2. Also, I have Tank Script and Weapon Script done. So I'll be doing those soon as well. I think Weapon Script's already on there. So, but that's about it. I feel like it's been a long journey. I've been working on this for probably 20 years, getting all this done and figuring all this stuff out. I've saved a lot of time because, if you had to go in here and do all these controllers, assign all these controllers, do all these different things like, rotational keys and all that, I've bypassed all that. Bypassed all the work as far as the, meshes and doing all these different things for the collision. All this is done with the script. Every bit of this is done with the script. So, yeah, this would work in the game now. If I exported it, you'd be able to run around in it and shoot people and blow parts off of it and everything. Appreciate you watching, and I appreciate all that you've done for Starsiege over the years as fans and as players. And I am MIB Izzy, Starsiege Mods. And as long as I'm alive, we'll be here to help you if you need any help and answer any questions you have. And if you need anything that you saw in this video, just let me know. I will give it to you. You will need a max file called, I will have to post a max file you'll have to download for this, but I'll leave the instructions. Basically, the script imports these dummies from a max file. And I'll show you the max file real quick. Open script. Go back to your Herc Script 1. That's where we're headed. And you'll see in here that I've put everything in here with. You see where it says merge in a max file? So it's going to merge in C:, don't delete base.max. And that's the base of the Herc, because that is going to be your bounds. That's everything. So if you resize your Herc later, let's say you don't want this thing as big as it is now, just go up here to this thing that looks like a bicycle. I'm sorry, the red triangle with the blue thing, and hit unhide all. Okay, unhide all. But after you hit unhide all, click helpers and cameras. Well, not cameras, just helpers, because we got to resize the camera too. So what you want to do is just select everything, edit, and hit select all, and you just want to scale everything down to the size that you think, or the size that you want it to be. So right now this is the apocalypse size, right? So we're going to scale it down to about half the apocalypse size, and we're going to bring it back down on the z-axis, back down to the floor, to where it was. Okay, so that's actually less than half. That's pretty small, actually. That's the size of a gold. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just hide this bounds. I'm going to hide it, and as you'll see now, it's much smaller. But the animation will should stay the same. If for some reason it broke up, I don't know, but it usually stays the same. You can hit Control Z if you screw up. Hit Control Z a couple times till it gets big again. Let me see. Let me hide this bounds. Double checking. Now the foot's screwed up again. So in this situation with the foot screwing up like that, which I don't like, I would actually delete this foot because I don't know if there's something wrong with it. And then I could copy this foot and put it over there and then put it back in the hierarchy. It's not that big of a deal. Because it looks like there's some kind of weird lock joint right there. Something's going on that isn't supposed to be happening. Anywho, I'm not going to fix it now because it's the end of the video. I appreciate you watching. Thank you.